So I've been looking into my crystal ball to see what's going to be trending next year. It's just what I like to do this time of year. And I've seen some things that are pretty obvious and others that are absolutely shocking. So brace yourself. I thought it'd be a little bit rude of me to not share what I've seen with you, so that's why I'm making this video. If you enjoy this video, please feel free to drop it a like. That would be absolutely lovely. And now that's all out the way, let's get into the video. So the first trend, or style, or whatever you want to call it, is all about Uggs. Did you just say Uggs, I hear you ask? Yes, I did. Uggs are slowly rising out the ashes, and I'm starting to see them everywhere. Now, I know a lot of people don't like these and don't like the idea of these, but that's how everyone felt about Birkenstocks and Crocs before they took over the fashion scene. Well, maybe not took over, but you get what I mean. I think people are always looking for the next slightly weird shoe, and I think the Ugg is going to be that shoe. The pairs that I've been seeing the most at the moment is this pair with the pattern around the mouth of the shoe, but I believe the whole range is going to come into play. There's no denying it, Uggs are very comfortable and they do keep your feet lovely and toasty and warm. But that will be their downfall in the warmer weather, and that's when everyone's going to be reaching for their Birkenstocks or their Crocs. But saying that, I'm pretty sure Uggs are Australian, and yeah, it's boiling out there, so maybe people will wear these all year round. The next trend that I want to talk about is the thrifting style. Some of you might be sick of the word thrifting by now because you hear it absolutely everywhere, but you better get used to it because it's going to get even more popular, and I'm all for it. Now, I want to go thrifting more often, but I don't get that much time to leave the house these days. Anyway, less about Harry the Hermit, let's talk about thrifting. But there's so many reasons why thrifting has become so popular. People want to do their bit for the environment, they want more unique pieces, and they also want better quality pieces for a more affordable price. But thrifting, when you think about it, it's a bit of a weird trend. It's not really a trend, but then at the same time, it is. Most trends, you're wearing the same thing as everyone else, but with thrifting, you're getting really unique pieces. I think the thing is, people who thrift tend to thrift the same kind of items as everyone else who thrifts, so that's why I think it's kind of a trend. So if you thrift and you don't own a pair of green cargo trousers, a pair of light wash vintage Levi's, or a Carhartt worker jacket, then do you even thrift, bro? But even if people are buying similar items who thrift, it doesn't matter. It's a great way to shop, I'm all for it, and I'm so glad it's become popular. The next trend that's going to be massive in 2023 is relaxed pants. Now, this is nothing new. People have been wearing relaxed pants for ages now, but it's going nowhere in 2023. And just to be clear, when I talk about relaxed trousers, I don't mean when they're so baggy that you have to book an extra seat next to you on a plane when you're wearing them. But I think the 90s and the 2000s have had a huge impact on this movement, and I also think thrifting has had a big part to play too. I think as people are buying a lot of secondhand clothing from this time, so from the 90s and the 2000s, it's really helped popularize this style. For example, you've got Acne Studios who've got their 1996 jeans and their 2003 jeans, and they're based on models that were popular at those times, and a lot of brands are doing the same. But I think a pair of relaxed pants with a slightly cropped jacket or hoodie or sweatshirt looks great, and if it's a style that you haven't played around with yet, then I'd encourage you to do so. But as well as the 90s and the 2000s having a huge impact on fashion at the moment, so is the 70s. So this leads me nicely into my next trend prediction. Well, not prediction, we saw into my crystal ball, remember, so it's 100% going to happen, but it's the flared jean. Now, who would have thought that we'd see flares coming back in, but I'm seeing them everywhere at the moment. I think a slight flare can add some really nice shape to an outfit, but like anything, if you go too much, it can be just too much. I remember when I was younger, I was so against flares, so much so that I think I even said if there's one thing in fashion that I could never get behind, it would be flares. I used to think they were so hideous, just vile, and I never thought I'd see the day where I said I don't mind them. Well, guess what? I don't mind them. And that's why you should never say never, because you don't know how you're going to feel about something further down the line. But that doesn't mean you're going to catch me in a pair, but you might. Never say never. See, I'm learning. Anyway, the fashion industry has been pushing flares for a while now. I think even as far back as 2019. That's not that far back, but it sounds better saying it like that. But yeah, in 2020 they pushed them, 21, and in 2022. But I think it's only now that they're actually catching on. But love them or hate them, you're going to be seeing a lot more of them in 2023. The next trend that I want to talk about is the rise of the boots. That sounds like some terrible horror movie title, doesn't it? The rise of the boots.
The rise of the boots.
No? Just me? Okay. Anyway, more and more people seem to be shifting away from sneakers and onto boots these days. I don't know what's going on in the sneaker world at the moment, but it seems to be very dull. In my opinion, of course. Maybe you've been loving it, I don't know. But people seem to be ditching their sneakers for boots these days, and I get why. Boots can definitely give off a smarter look, and they're so versatile, so they go with anything. And if you get yourself a decent pair, they're probably going to outlive any pair of sneakers, so you get your money's worth. But the whole movement towards boots is what I've been seeing on social media, not so much in everyday life. But as I already said, I'm a hermit whose job it is to post on social media, so social media is pretty much my everyday life. How sad does that sound? Moving on. Next up, we've got the cargo trouser. Now, cargo pants have been on trend for a while now, but they continue to rise. And they're no longer just something that you see in the streetwear scene either. People who like the more dressy styles or the more minimal styles have also been wearing the cargo trousers quite a lot, and I can see why. I think they can add some really nice shape to an outfit, providing you get a nice pair. There are some absolutely horrendous pairs out there, but let's ignore those for the purpose of this video. But you can pick up some really affordable, decent pairs of these, especially if you shop secondhand, and they can last you a lifetime. They look great with boots, sneakers, even a pair of Uggs if you want to wear those. So yeah, they work with most pairs of footwear, but we all know about cargo trousers, so let's move on. Now, even though I said everyone's ditching sneakers for boots, there are still sneakers out there that I think are going to be very popular in 2023. Now, the Samba, of course, is one, but I think they will become less popular in 2023. But the brand that I want to talk about is Onitsuka Tiger, or Onitsuka Tiger, however you pronounce it. I've been seeing people wearing the Mexico 66s a lot and the GSMs a lot, and the brand as a whole seems to be popping up everywhere for me. Now, it could be because of targeted ads, as I was looking at picking up a pair of GSMs or Mexico 66s recently, and AI has come a long way, so there is a chance that that's why. And out of interest, have you noticed this too, or is it just me? But in my opinion, I think the Mexico 66s have the potential to become the next Adidas Samba. Big words, I know, but there you go, I've said it. But I think these shoes are well liked, and the brand is really respected by a lot of people, so I think they will have their time to shine. I suppose only time will tell with this one, and I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I did look into my crystal ball. Next up, we've got vintage prints. So what I'm talking about here is those designs with the arched words. You know the ones I'm on about, the ones with like a school or a university name on the front of them. Now, even though they are quite popular, I think they're going to make a massive comeback in 2023. It's funny with this one, you normally see people wearing tops with a word across the front that has no meaning to them at all. It's like me wearing a hoodie with California on the front, and I've never been to California, I have no connection to it, and I don't know much about it, so why would I wear it? I don't know, because it looks good. And if you think about it, if I was in my hometown wearing a sweatshirt with my hometown across the front, then it would probably just look like I've been to the local tourist shop or something. And you know what? I quite like the idea of that. I might start doing it. I don't really know where I'm going with this one, so I'm going to stop. The next one I've got is track pants. Now, again, nothing new here, but they're still going to be big in 2023 and maybe even bigger. People are getting more and more creative with the ways that they're wearing these, and they're so comfortable, so why wouldn't you want to wear them? And I think you can get some really nice looking pairs these days too. You've got the likes of Needles, Wales Bonner, Ami Paris, and Acne Studios all offering really nice pairs. And if you don't want to spend a fortune, then you've always got Adidas. But I'm all for this one. I love a good track pant, and I'm definitely going to be wearing these in 2023. Next, we've got the rise of the classic streetwear brands. I don't know if you've noticed it, but Stussy seems to be making a huge comeback at the moment. And yeah, I'm seeing them all over social media. Again, social media isn't real life, but it's my life. But I can see some of the old hyped brands coming back in 2023. Now, I know they never fully went away, but they definitely got less popular in recent years. But I think people have had enough of a break from them now to start dabbling with them again. And who knows, you might see the old classic hypebeast style back in 2023. Oh, and also those checkered beanies from Magnus Ronning's new brand. I think they're called Sundays XYZ. But yeah, I think they've got potential to go viral next year, but we will see. But let me know which trends you think will be massive next year. That's all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please do leave the video a like. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you later.